Leaders' questions. Call on Deputy Kelleher.
Thank you, Ceann Comhairle. Minister, this morning we should be discussing the mortgage interest rate increase by AIB or the Exchequer returns, but instead we find the sordid, grubby affair of primary care centre selection back dominating the headlines again. Now, Minister, I've been trying to get clarity on this issue for some time. Minister Riley said and came into this House and stated that he consulted with his cabinet colleagues, he consulted with officials, and that he changed the criteria and the selection process to ensure a broader selection of primary care centres. 2 of those centres were in his own constituency. And we now find this morning a revelation that there was close political ties between one of the owners of the site and Minister Riley. Now, Minister, let's be quite clear. What we want to do is just get to the fact and the bottom of this matter. And I have a couple of questions to you, because Minister Riley is evading answering these questions. And we are very concerned about the fact that health needs are decided on a whim of a minister based on political ties rather than on need. And Minister, let's be quite clear. This is not Billy Keller saying it. A former colleague of you, party, Roisin Shortall, resigned and stated in resignation that it was because of stroke politics that she had to throw in the towel. Now that quite clearly indicates, Minister, that there is difficulties in how primary care sites were selected, and the close political ties between the owner and the minister is an issue of concern, because the decision the minister made confers commercial and financial advantage on individuals, and that in itself is a very serious issue.
Thank you.
Now, Minister, I have 3 questions for you.
Thank you.
Were you consulted? Were you consulted about the changed criteria of the primary care site selection process? Were you aware of the political ties between Minister Riley and the landowner of the Balbriggan site? And are you personally comfortable with the decision process and the fallout from the same?
Thank you. The Minister.
Thank you. I have to say to you, Deputy Kelleher, that as the Fianna Fáil spokesperson on health, you're well aware of the background to all of this. You've asked numerous questions. I understand you had questions with Dr. Riley last week, if I'm not mistaken. And if you're unable to put down a question and pursue it to get the correct and detailed answer from the Minister directly involved, then that's more a reflection on you, sir, than it is. It is more a reflection on you.
Sorry, would you mind, please? Thank you. Thanks very much. Thank you. Sorry, would you mind listening to the reply? Thank you.
You will never get the opportunity to go
you have asked.
Sorry, would you please allow the Minister to reply without interruption? Thank you.
You've already.
Would you stay quiet, please? Thank you.
I am quite satisfied on the information that I've received from Dr. Riley that the location of the site in Balbriggan is in accordance with criteria of selection that the story in today's Irish Independent is one that he has dealt with, satisfactorily as far as I'm concerned. And if you have detailed questions, and you clearly have, and you've failed so far to get a satisfactory answer from your point of view, I suggest that you put them directly to Dr. Riley.
Deputy Kelleher.
Minister, with all due respect, this House deserves a better reply than that. I mean, that was a glib trite answer, being quite truthful. This is a very serious issue. A Minister of State in your party resigned and described it as stroke politics. And for you to glibly pass it away and cast aspersions on my ability to ask questions clearly is not good enough. I've put down the questions, but I haven't got the answers. And I'm asking you, as head of government, sitting opposite me today, to come forward and state, are you comfortable with the fact that your former party colleague resigned not only as Minister, but as Minister of Labour because she failed to get support from her party colleagues in trying to get to the bottom of this issue. And Minister Riley has conferred financial and commercial gain on individuals that he has political ties with. Posters inside in the House.
Thank you.
Pulling Christmas crackers out with each other at Chamber of Commerce dinners. And you glibly say that it's not an issue. Well, Minister, you have come into this chamber. You have come into this chamber before looking for heads on lot lesser issues. On lot lesser issues.
Thank you,
At
Deputy.
least you should hold the minister to account and not blame me.
I'd like to give notice to the House that I had requests for private notice questions on this matter, and I've granted them, so it will be dealt with later. Minister.
Deputy Kelleher has attempted to use the protection of this House to suggest that there was some financial impropriety in conferring a financial advantage on a political support. Can I tell you, Deputy Kelleher, that the site in question was selected by Deputy Mary Harney when she was Minister for Health.